Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ivanza Kenji Sakkay. I'm here to present my project syntax. Nah, sekarang aku mau ngepresentasikan part 1 dan topiknya constituency. Introduction to constituency. Constituency refers to the way in which words group together to form syntactic units or constituents in a sentence. These units can range from individual words to entire phrases, such as noun phrases (NP) and verb phrases (VP). According to the Kearney 2013, constituency is essential understanding how syntactic structures are organized. Jackendorf 2002 further emphasized that these groups help in representing a hierarchical nature of sentence structure. Understanding constituency is essential for analyzing how sentences are structured and how different parts work together to convey meaning. As Chomsky 1995 notes, recognizing constituents aids in testing various syntactic theories, such as movement and structure building. Furthermore, Radford 2004 suggests that identifying constituents is key in understanding both the grammatically and meaning of sentences in linguistic analysis. Types of constituents. Constituents can be morphemes, morph phrases, or clauses. The small constituents combine to form larger constituents, which can again combine to form larger constituents, like clauses or predicates. Now let's look at each of these with some examples. Morphemes are small units of lexical units. Free morphemes are individual words that cannot be broken down further, like cat, he, laptop, and bound morphemes are the affixes we attach to them, like quickly, unfinished, houses, etc. So, example, he took my bag. Here, the free morpheme he is the subject of the sentence and valid constituent. As bound morphemes can stand alone, they cannot be constituents on their own. Phrases are constituents that contain a group of words that act as a particular word class. As a noun phrase works as a noun. Phrases can be categorized into noun phrases, verb phrases, prepositional phrases, and adverb phrases and adjective phrases. Example: it was a very big cake. A very big cake is a noun phrase. The phrase contains the main noun plus all the words that modify it. Very big is an adjective phrase within the noun phrase. They are both constituents within the sentence. Now, a clause is a constituent that contains a subject and a predicate. Independent clauses can stand alone, whereas independent clauses must be connected to independent clauses to get their meaning. Example: because he was hungry, Lion went to get pizza. In this example, we can see the two separate clause constituents: the dependent clause because he was hungry, and the independent clause Lion went into the pizza. Constituents and sentence structure. Constituents are groups of words that function as a single unit within a sentence. They form the building blocks of syntactic structure and can serve roles such as subject, object, or modifier. Kearney 2013 describes constituents as hierarchical units that help reveal the internal organization of sentences. Constituents are often nested within one another, forming a recursive and hierarchical structure. Radford 2004. Example: the cat chased the mouse. To break down this, the cat is noun phrase, chased the mouse is verb phrase, and the mouse is a noun phrase within the verb phrase. Linear order of constituents. Every sentence must follow a certain word order, and this applies not only to the individual words, but also to the constituents that make up a sentence. In other words, constituents appear in a specific sequence, not randomly. Sentences are formed by placing words in an ordered sequence. This order is essential for meaning. For example, the cat chased the mouse chased the cat, and chased the cat the mouse, which is an ungrammatically. As we can see, changing the words can change the meaning or make the sentence ungrammatical altogether. Miller 2011 explains that word order is a core aspect of syntax. In fixed order language like English, the linear arrangement of constituents determines sentence structure and interpretation. Sentence ambiguity. Structural ambiguity occurs when a sentence or a phrase can be interpreted in more than one way due to its syntactic structure, not because of the meanings of the words themselves. According to Kearney 2013, this kind of ambiguity arises when a sequence of words allows for multiple possible constituent structures. Example: 1. I saw the man with the telescope. First meaning, I used telescope to see the man. Verb phrase saw. Within noun phrase the man. Professional phrase with a telescope. Meaning 2. I saw the man who had a telescope. Verb phrase saw. Noun phrase the man with a telescope. And example 2 is flying planes can be dangerous. Meaning 1. The act of flying planes is dangerous. Flying in gerund, verb like noun. Meaning 2. Planes that are flying can be dangerous. Flying means adjective modifying planes. Constituency test. According to Radford 2004, these tests are essential tools for determining syntactic structure and identifying constituents boundaries. To determine whether a group of words forms a constituent, linguists use diagnostic tools known as constituency tests. Kearney 2013. Substituent tests. Replace the group of words with proform, like it, they, do, so. Examples: replace the group of words with proform. Example. The original one is the cat chased the mouse. Test is it chased the mouse. Movement test. Move the groups of words to another position in the sentence. Like example, the cat chased the mouse. The test is the mouse the cat chased. Coordination test. Coordinate two similar constituents using and or. Example: original, the cat chased the mouse. In the test, the cat chased the mouse and the bird. So in conclusion, constituency is a foundation of sentence structure where words are grouped into hierarchical units. Constituents can be clustered using substitution, movement, and coordination tests. Linear order plays a key role in meaning and grammatically, especially in fixed word order languages like English. Structural ambiguity shows how different constituent groupings can change sentence interpretation. And here's the references. So now I'm moving to the part 2, which is analyzing 5 sentences. Sentence 1. The book that was recommended by the professor has been borrowed by several students. Sentence is the root of the entire sentence. Non-phrase, the book that was recommended by the professor, that this acts as the subject of the sentence. Determiner, the, specifies the noun book. The end bore an intermediate level in the noun phrase. Noun, book, the head noun of this noun phrase. Complementary phrase that was recommended by the professor. This is relative clause modifying the noun book. Complementizer that introduces the relative clause. tense phrase was recommended by the professor contains it contains the verb and its related elements within relative clause. The noun phrase subject of this relative clause understood as book represented by the trace strip indicating movement. T-bar, an intermediate level in a tense phrase. Tense was the auxiliary verb indicating past tense. A verb phrase recommended by the professor describes the action related to the book. Verb recommended, the main verb in the passive voice. Prepositional phrase by the professor modifies the verb recommended, indicating the agent. Preposition by introduces the agent. Noun phrase the professor, the object of the preposition by. Determiner thus specifies the noun professor. Noun professor the head noun of this noun phrase. Tense phrase has been borrowed by several students. The main verb phrase of the sentence. T-bar, an intermediate level in a tense phrase. The tense has the auxiliary verb indicating present perfect tense. Verb phrase has been borrowed by several students to describe the action performed on the book. Being the past participle of be used in the passive voice. Verb phrase borrowed by the several students further specifies the action. The main verb in the verb borrowed, the main verb in the passive voice. Prepositional phrase by several students modifies the verb borrowed, indicating the agent. Preposition by introduces the agent. Sentence 2. Although the match was delayed due to the rain, the players continued after their warm routine. The root of the entire sentence. Complementizer phrase. Although the match was delayed due to the rain, this is adverbial clause modifying the main clause. Complementizer, although introduces the subordinate clause. Tense phrase, the match was delayed due to the rain, contains the subject and verb of the subordinate clause. Noun phrase, the match the subject of the subordinate clause. Determiner, the specifies the noun match. Noun match the head noun of this noun phrase. T-bar, an intermediate level in a tense phrase. Tense was the auxiliary verb indicating past tense. Verb phrase, delayed to the rain, describes the state of the match. Verb delayed, the main verb in a passive voice. Prepositional phrase, due to the rain, modifies the delayed, indicating the reason. Preposition due, part of the complex preposition due to. Prepositional phrase, to rain, the object of the preposition due. Preposition to introduces the noun rain. Noun rain, the head noun of this prepositional phrase. Comma separates the adverbial clause from the main clause. And tense phrase, the players continue their warm-up routine. The main clause of the sentence. Noun phrase, the players, the subject of the main clause. Determiner, the specifies the noun players. Noun players, the head noun of this noun phrase. T-bar, an intermediate level in a tense phrase. And the tense is null tense, indicates the past tense in this context, often represented implicitly. Verb phrase continued the warm-up routine describes the action of the players. Verb continued the main verb. Noun phrase their warm-up routine. The direct object of the verb continued. Determiner there a possessive determiner. The end bar an intermediate level in the noun phrase. Adjective warm-up modifies routine. The noun routine the head of this noun phrase. Sentence 3. The new regulations were announced by the government after the economy shown signs of instability. A sentence, the root of the entire sentence. Tense phrase. The new regulations were announced by the government after the economy shown signs of instability. The main clause of the sentence. The noun phrase, the new regulations, the subject of the main clause. Determiner, the specifies the noun regulations. Adjective, new modifies the noun regulations. And noun regulations, the head noun of this noun phrase. T-bar, an intermediate level in this tense phrase. Tense were the auxiliary verb indicating past tense. Verb phrase, announced by the government after the economy shown signs of instability, describes the action related to the regulations. Verb announced, the main verb in the passive voice. Professional phrase by the government modifies the verb announced indicating the agent. Preposition by introduces the agent. Noun phrase, the government, the object of the preposition by. Determiner, the specifies the noun government. Government, the head noun of this noun phrase. Prepositional phrase after the economy shown signs instability, an adverbial phrase modifying the verb announced, indicating time. Preposition after introduces the temporal clause. Sentence, the economy shown signs of stability, the object of the preposition after functioning as a clause. The economy shown signs of instability, that's the tense phrase. The noun phrase, the economy, the subject of this clause. The determiner, the, specifies the noun economy, and noun economy, the head noun of this noun phrase. The T-bar, an intermediate level in this, in the tense phrase. The tense is null tense, indicates past tense, and the verb phrase shown signs of instability describes the action of the economy. The verb shown, the main verb. In noun phrase, a sense of instability, the direct object of the verb is showed. The end bar, an intermediate level in the noun phrase. The noun is the I'll repeat it. The noun phrase, sense of instability, the direct object of the verb showed. The end bar, an intermediate level in the noun phrase. The noun signs the head noun. Prepositional phrase of instability modifies the noun signs. Preposition of introduces the noun instability. The noun phrase instability, the object of the preposition of. The instability is the head noun. The sentence 4. The man who was arrested last night had been hiding in the abandoned warehouse for weeks. The sentence is the root of the entire sentence. Now, the man who was arrested last night had been hiding in the abandoned warehouse for weeks, the main clause of the sentence. The man who was arrested last night, this acts as the subject of the sentence. The determiner, the, specifies the noun man, and the end bar, an intermediate level in the noun phrase. The noun man, the head noun of this noun phrase. Complementizer phrase, who was arrested last night, this is relatively clause modifying the noun man. And complementizer, who introduces the relative clause. And the tense phrase, was arrested last night, contains the verb and its related elements within the within the relative clause. The noun phrase subject of the relative clause understood as man, represented by the trace strip indicating movement. The T-bar an intermediate level in the tense phrase. The tense was the auxiliary verb indicating past tense. The verb phrase arrested last night describes the action related to the man. Arrested, the main verb in the passive voice. Adverbial phrase last night modifies the verb arrested, indicating time. Adverb night functions as adverb of the time here. Adjective last modifies the adverb night. T-bar an intermediate level in the tense phrase. Tense had the auxiliary verb indicating past perfect tense. The verb phrase been hiding in abandoned warehouse for weeks describes the action of the man. A verb being the past participle of be used in perfect continuous tense. The verb phrase hiding in the embedded warehouse for weeks further specifies the action. Verb hiding, the main verb in the present participle form. Propositional phrase in the embedded warehouse modifies the verb hiding, indicating the location. Preposition in introduces the location. The noun phrase the embedded warehouse, the object of the preposition in. The determiner the specifies the noun warehouse. Adjective embedded modifies the noun warehouse. Noun warehouse, the head noun of this noun phrase. Propositional phrase for weeks modifies the verb hiding, indicating duration. A preposition for introduces the duration. Noun phrase weeks, the object of the preposition for. Week and the noun weeks, the head noun of this noun phrase. The big girl saw a laser with a lovable panda recently. Sentence to root of entire sentence. The tense phrase the big girl saw a laser with a lovable panda recently. The main clause of the sentence. The big girl, the noun phrase is the big girl, the subject of the main clause. The determiner the specifies the noun girl. An adjective big modifies the noun girl, and girl the head noun of this noun phrase. The T-bar in intermediate level in the tense phrase. The tense is null tense, indicate past tense. The verb phrase saw Elena with a lovable panda recently describes the interaction of the girl. The verb saw, the main verb. Eliezer, the direct object of the verb saw. The noun is Eliezer, a proper noun. The prepositional phrase with a lovable panda modifies the verb saw, indicating who or what was seen along with Eliezer. Preposition is with, introduces the noun phrase. The noun phrase a lovable panda, the object of the preposition with. The determiner a specifies the noun panda. Adjective lovable modifies the noun panda. The noun panda, the head noun of this noun phrase. Adverbial phrase recently modifies the verb saw, indicating time. The adverb is recently, the adverb of time. Thanks for watching for my presentations. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.